my name is Glenn Dyer, and you are watching a Dyer-Situation. Today I've seen... God, I can hardly believe this. The fifth, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth Ice Age movie. Ice Age Collision Course. What? I totally thought I was done with this. I mean, the last movie was Continental Drift, and that was so long ago that my videos were still not called a Dyer-Situation yet. That was like first year stuff. That is incredible. How? Why? I mean, at least when Ice Age Collision Course came out, right? At least then. Like, I was a kid when the first movie came out, so maybe I'd be interested in seeing the fourth one. Maybe. But, like, now? No kid saw the first movie now. No teenager has seen the first movie in theaters now. Like, it's physically impossible for that to have happened. So, why on earth do they think this still has appeal? The ship has sailed, Blue Sky Studios. It's gone. It's over. Come up with something else. Hell, even the Croods would be a better decision at this point. Come on. So yeah. If you're wondering in terms of quality, this one looks like the stupidest premise yet. I mean, the last one, like, literally the continents were splitting apart, but, you know, that's something that actually happens, kind of. So, but the premise of this one is that Scrat, through a series of misadventures like usual, blasts off into space and sends a meteorite down to Earth, and now everyone has to go and Armageddon the thing? I don't know. Or something like that. They're literally saving the Earth from a meteorite. What is even happening? Does Ray Romano need a check now? Is he not getting enough of that Everybody Loves Raymond money? Like, that's still on reruns on, like, several different channels. He's probably getting a lot of royalties off of it. Really? My God. And I mean, I watched the first movie again recently just to remind myself, and without the nostalgia goggles on, it's not spectacular. It's like, oh, that's pretty good. Like, certainly better than, like, probably the Minions movie is, but, like, Jesus, 5 sequels worth? Although, admittedly, and I still think this will probably be the same thing for this movie, the sequels have not actually lost quality. Like, they've lost it from the first film, like, there's a dip there, but from that point on, it's pretty consistent. I'd say above The Secret Life of Pets, but not very far above. So, I think this movie's probably gonna be on the same level, although, I don't know. And, Jesus Christ, I'm probably going to, in 30 years, I'm probably going to be talking about Ice Age 20 or something, like, at this rate. Jesus. Seriously, is anyone planning on seeing this? Anyone? I mean, I thought, like, the turnout for freaking Continental Drift was bad. This is... wow. Okay, let's see it. So, it was pretty much exactly what I said. Yeah. Well, so bear in mind, as I'm saying this whole thing, I still do not think that this movie is any worse than Ice Age 2, or Ice Age 3, or Ice Age 4. And I guess, yeah, worse than Ice Age 1. But, you know what? Still better than Secret Life of Pets. as honestly as funny and as hilariously a carbon copy this movie is, like it's literally the 5th in a series on a pretty basic subject, still more creative, still more funny, still more interesting to look at than The Secret Life of Pets. But I'm not gonna mention that. I'm not gonna talk about that movie anymore. So, like, one of the interesting things I've noticed that as the series keeps going on with Ice Age, it starts to fall into a bit of a pattern here. Unbelievable, I know. But the main thing I noticed with it is, one of the most common things to happen in an Ice Age sequel is at some point somebody falls in love with somebody else. The cast is expanded by 2 or 3 members, normal average, and the premise gets sillier. Alright, so the first Ice Age movie, pretty grounded. There's actual humans in it that are never seen in any of the other movies. In fact, they kind of act like humans don't exist. But right, so it's pretty simple, basic, you know, on a journey to deliver a baby back to its owners and stuff, and, you know, basic premise. And then the second movie, it was, The Meltdown, where like, they have to escape from, like, the planet warming up, and the whole area they're in is gonna be filled with water. Okay, little sillier than the first, but still better. Third one, dinosaurs. Why the heck not? There's an underground valley with dinosaurs. Okay, you're getting a little out there. The second one, the Scrat somehow causes the continents to start breaking up, and and there's like pirate monkeys and stuff. And now this one, where literally, once again, as species of Scrat causes all the major conflicts in the movie. He causes the meteorite to show up. He causes this freaking electrical storm from Jupiter to show up. I can't make this up. He freaking destroys Mars. Somehow. I'm not quite sure how. But he just totally eradicates all life on Mars. God. I can imagine that if this series keeps going on, eventually, by like Ice Age 20, it's going to involve something to do with like multi-dimensional travel. And it's gonna have like a cast of 50. Like, 50 main characters, each with their own subplots, and like at least like 90% of them married or in romantic relationships with heterosexual partners. Like, it's just gonna keep going on and on. And honestly, on that point alone, I can recommend this movie. It's fun for kids. It's honestly not the worst. You could do a lot worse. And I really, really want to see how far this will go. Like, I mean, at some point, you know, they've got a long way off, but I'm at some point in the future, Ray Romano and Queen Latifah will be physically unable to do it because they're dead or whatever else. So at that point, it has to end, right? The funny thing is, I can't say that for sure. This series could potentially go on for forever. This could be the next James Bond in terms of how many freaking movies there are. So yeah, that's the whole thing. See it if you're interested. Yeah, I look forward to Ice Age 6, where Scrat somehow, I don't know, what's a good one, Scrat tries to make America great again, and everyone has to stop him. I don't know. topical. And anyway, that's about it. And until next time, I'm Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching a Dyer Situation.